Bonjour everyone, today you can armchair sail with us from Lezairdrieux in France to the port of St Malo for an overnight stop. Early the next morning we head to St Malo to check out France, and finally we sailed to Guernsey. Okay, so today, what are we doing today?
Well, we were planning to go to Guernsey, but when we went to pay our bill, which was very reasonable, the guy in the office told us that customs had said that we can't check out from here. We have to go to a big port, which kind of flies in the face of all the advice we were given before we left, including the advice we were given here, actually. But
so now that means that we've either got to check out from Roscoff,
St
Malo or Cherbourg. They're the three sort of nearest major ports. So our original plan to go to Guernsey is now a non-starter. We can't do that because we can't check out from Lezairdrieux. So this afternoon we've decided instead we're going to take a short sail round to a little place called St
Portrio or something like that.
Yeah, and we're going to spend a night there, and then the next morning we'll get up early and head over to St Malo. So our initial trip to Guernsey with a night in Guernsey, and then we were going to the next day cross over back onto England, is now not happening. This summer has been extremely windy. So
was July really?
Yeah, July has been so windy that we're worried that we don't want to run out of time before our 90 days is up in Europe. So we wanted to sort of head back in this weather window, but might look like we'll have to do that a little later now. But we've still got a few weeks left, so we should be absolutely fine.
Okay, well, lick your glasses now.
No licking.
All right then.
Passage for, I don't know, how long have we been out? A couple of hours? Yeah, a couple of hours we've been out, and we're not quite on course. We're a little bit off course just to make you more comfortable. It is in fact dinner time, as you can see, so because it's been very rolly and a bit tricky to cook, we've gone for a very simple meal. We always keep simple things on board just in case. So in these rolly conditions we have tinned ravioli and some nice French sticks and baguette, so very nice. We're having that now. We're motor sailing. Hopefully we're going to change course in a minute and then we'll go back to sailing. We did sail beautifully at about 7 knots for an hour, but I forgot to film it. Silly me. It is 7:15 in the evening. Alan's just having a quick snack. Snickers all the way, I'm afraid, with that one. I've already had mine. He was on the phone to our daughter Abby. We are motor sailing. Just got the main out. Downwind, but not particularly quick. You can see the wind flying the flags there. We have come over halfway. We are heading in along this coast. It should be maybe another hour or two, then we should be in St Malo. I'm looking forward to it. Very gentle, smooth passage, really. Gone past the rolly bit where we were eating our dinner. Now we're on a different course. It's a lot less rolly and quite nice. Yeah, and tomorrow, hopefully St Malo. Well, after our passage, we've arrived in St Malo. This is St Malo, big marina, 24-hour, which is unusual on this coast. Most of them you need to wait for high water to get over the bars. But here it is. We won't see much of it. We've got one last job before we can turn in We've got to put this sail away. But we're quite pleased with our passage. It was a good one, wasn't it?
It's all right, yeah, it's all right.
Good passage. We're in. We thought when we were coming in it was going to be a bit trickier than it was.
Very lucky.
But actually, we got blown on and it was quite easy. So we're quite happy. So we've arrived. We have decided, the skipper's decided, which I think is a brilliant plan, that
It was a load job, wasn't it?
we are going ashore to say that we have been to St Key. Because we're leaving so early in the morning, we have to show you what it's like. So we're just going to go ashore and have a look.
Just put our feet on the land.
Yeah, put our feet on the land and put some rubbish in the bin.
Oh, he's got their ankle lights on. He's got his ankle on.
Well, that is strange. There is a boat out here with his ankle light on, which is a bit strange, but he's right on the end, so I think he's probably nervous. As you can see, this pontoon is quite long, and each long pontoon has its own ramp at the end. It's a really unusual layout for a marina, but it is massive. There are so many boats in here. So many. We're out to St Malo because the pilot guide says if you arrive in this marina and you need the ramp at low water, it's a cardiac ramp. Luckily for us, it's only a few hours, maybe 2.5 hours before high water, so it's not too steep. So there's another little harbour next to ours. This is probably an older one that dries full of little boats. I'm guessing there's cafes and restaurants that way. But the marina we're in is this side of the quay wall. So we're in this huge one over here. And this one doesn't dry, this one. The boats stay afloat, 24-hour access, which is one of the reasons we decided to come in here, knowing we'd come in probably quite late. Bit of a last-minute decision on our behalf. But very pleased to be here. If you're near the Capitaine, you get this blue light ramp. So you've got to be special to use that one, I think. It looks like a big restaurant over there. It looks like the port's got its own biscuiterie. There's some restaurants at the top here. There's Alan. It actually smells of bacon biscuits. I wish I could get that on camera. Can you smell bacon biscuits? You can smell food. I think the skipper's hungry. He's always hungry. He's already had ravioli and noodles, but it's just not enough. A starter. Now we've got blue glowy lights. We're on our way back. Apparently, we've got them as well. Didn't have them on the way out. Oh, it's very discotheque. Look at me. There we go. It's actually quite helpful. You can see where you're going. You can't always see where you're going on these ramps, and when they've got these sort of stepped things to help you not slip when they're like climbing Mount Everest, it's good not to trip over. So that's our evening walk. Our little soiree is done. We're going to head back. We're going to turn in for the night and up and at them early tomorrow. Probably about 6:30 start. We're off. We're just coming out the marina. Bit of a skinny entrance. But here we go. Here we go to St Malo. Bit of light now. Wasn't much earlier. Very gentle light breeze out here. Alan's just concentrating because it's very shallow. What a beautiful start to the day. Look at that. This is an island that's just outside the entrance to St Key. We've got to just pop ourselves around the bottom of the island. Over here. And then we can head towards St Malo. We've cleared the really shallow bit. We went over a bit that was only about 2.5 metres under the keel. So we've done that bit. We're now on a course that's just avoiding some oyster beds, but the sunrise is just too good to miss. This morning, it is worth getting out of bed sometimes because you just miss this. You miss these beautiful moments. I don't know if you can see it in the shot there, you might be able to, but there's a cardinal just underneath the sunrise. We're just about to go round it. So I suppose I'd better sort that out. But how lovely. Well, the jib's out, it's just helping relieve the rolling motion. We are motor sailing. We're going around this heaven here. We've been coming across this bay all morning. The sun's still out, it's still beautiful. And there we go. The full 360. The skipper is down below. I think. There he is, look. I thought he was doing a log, but he's actually playing on his phone, look. It's on camera, you can't deny it. Well, here we are, St Malo. This is the entrance to this side. That is where the big ferries dock. In that way is another marina, but we're not going to that one. The one we're going to is just here. You can see the entrance opening up. And interestingly, if I zoom in, you can see that there is 8.45 metres over the sill. So I think we're good to go in. There we go. 3 would do us. We're heading in there. We'll be all tucked up, ready for a decent lunch. As we've been coming down the channel, I've been running around like a mad thing, putting all the fenders out, but there was this sort of, what reminds me of a pirate's galleon sailing down. She looks beautiful with the sail out. Skipper concentrating hard. I better put this camera down. Well, we've arrived in St Malo. That's our berth. As I come round, that's the big ferry berth over there. We're not far from the gate, and there is 8.2 metres over the gate. Tide's now going out. Got a breakwater all the way around. There are a few British boats in here, and this is our finger. We're going to go and explore ashore, I think, in a minute. So we registered.
We're registered.
All done. What's next?
Well, the customs are quite a long way around. We've got the form, we've got another form.
Oh, a different form?
Well, it's probably the same information, but at least it's the local form, so we used it.
Well, we'll have a look. Okay, so we're going to go and explore that next.
Yeah, we can go. She says they're open 6 till 6.
Okay.
So if we wanted to leave at 7 tomorrow, we could go and...
The first thing?
Yeah.
Okay, we can have a think about that then.
Yeah.
We're having a little walk towards the Douane to see if we can check out tomorrow. We've got to make our way around to the ferry port. But on the way you can see this beach and the marina in the background. This is a very strange sight to us. This is not something that you really get in the UK. So we thought we'd show it to you. And it's pretty busy, it's pretty warm today. It's the warmest day we've had in probably a month. It's properly warm. We're looking for the Douane. We walk round to the ferry terminal building. You have to walk into the building, through it and out a door. And then they told us to follow these yellow markings on the floor. We come to an orange building, which is the Douane. So here we are, let's try it.
So this is a medieval monument, Tor Solidor, which is a monument by a medieval monument by the sea. Looks amazing. Some sort of market. Some sort of market as well. So we're coming out of St Malo and we're off to St Helier, which is on Jersey. We had lots of fun and games with the customs this morning, but we're checked out, which is great. And now we're off. We're on our adventure. So bon voyage to us.
Trying to avoid that.
Oh, and trying. Is he moving?
Not yet. Tell them what's there. There's a huge.
There's a very large ferry just behind us, and we're trying to move away from it as quickly as we can. I could probably go a bit faster actually, so that we don't get in his way.
Okay, well, we're on passage, and to start with, it was a bit lumpy. It's calming down a bit now. We've managed to get our jib out, and we're motor sailing. And at the moment, we're trying to dodge the ferries. So over here on our port side, we can see a big Brittany ferry. He's basically going through the same channel that we want to go through, avoiding a lot of shallow bits and rocks on either side. But he's going a lot faster than we are, so I think he's going to go by in a minute. We're just hoping we don't get a severe wash. Well, having had a few hours of sailing along, we're back to a bit of motor sailing, but we can, if you look underneath the boom and the sail here, see Jersey. We're nearly there. The French courtesy flag is down, the Brittany flag is down. We are now in UK territorial waters. And the skipper is looking forward to a full English cooked breakfast. He has really missed them in our 2 months in France. So we've arrived. Seagull's the second boat in the raft. We knew it was going to be busy, so we're quite impressed with that. Here's Alan. Very happy. Back in UK waters.
Ready for some bacon.
Ready for some bacon. We're going to head round to the office, register, and then look for a shower.